Hello, my name is DJ Robot, and welcome to Control, a strange game where we explore the weird, spooky world of the Federal Bureau of Control and all of the strange and dangerous items within. This is a part of a series I am currently streaming over on Twitch, but I decided to try and give it a shot at editing it. This is my first time trying this with a VOD of mine, but I hope that it is an enjoyable experience all the same. Now, some of y'all who have been following this channel may not know I stream now, seeing as this used to be my old music channel. But I've actually been streaming very consistently for the past 6 years or so and have been especially consistent as of recent. So from here on, I'm going to try and upload more edited versions of those streams on here, so if this at all sounds interesting, I hope you all will give it a chance. With all that out of the way, it is time to appease the board and begin our journey for Control. Yeah! Control. We may break up this series with other things on occasion, not just like how we usually do, where like it's always a story game and then a random casual like multiplayer stream the day after the next stream. We might break this one up with another game potentially, because I think Control is fairly long and it'll take longer, especially because there's a lot of files to read, and I'm not going to go out of my way to pick up every single document I find.
I am lying to you. This was a lie.
Fair warning. This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped. You called me. So here I am. I know I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw.
Oh, my game started there for a second.
I'm here. Why did you bring me here? Hello?
And with that,
Anyone here?
we're in it. God, I forget how fucking good of an opening that is. It's so mysterious. It's so good. I love the fucking premise of that opening monologue. It's so fucking good. It's also really interesting because it's like, it tells you a lot right off the bat, but you just have no fucking context for it. It's really fucking cool. Okay, for the most part right now. Game seems to be running fine. Everything seems to be working. So we're gonna hope it stays that way.
I am lying to you.
Wait, hold on. Is the stream lagging? Because the chat is. No dropped frames. My stream seems fine. Hold on. Seeing the preview from Hazel. Yeah, it looks okay. Why the hell is the Discord, not Discord, the stream, like, chat lagging out? That's weird. The reflection scared the shit out of me for a second, I'm not gonna lie to you. Internal lockdown in effect. Building lockdown in effect. That's a good sign. Those are good things. Prohibited items reminder. Federal Bureau of Control. Reminder. Certain objects are not allowed inside the Bureau. Recent incidents have necessitated an issued reminder on prohibited materials, unauthorized weapons, pagers, laptops, quote-unquote smart watches, quote-unquote smartphones, quote-unquote smart gaming devices, anything quote-unquote smart. Number 2 pencils. Any object considered iconic representations of archetypal concepts. In examples, rubber ducks, ketchup bottles. All material under Bureau investigation is to be brought in through the private entrances. If you see any lobby personnel in breach of these policies, please notify your supervisor immediately. I think Control is the only game where I have wanted to read everything I pick up. Yeah, I know. That's gonna be the thing I'm gonna have to balance for this. We'll be here for a long time if I have to read out every page. But every page is so exciting, I can't just not read them.
This seal. I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it
downstairs.
in my dreams.
It was on the desk downstairs. We could have read it there, too. Why did we have to come to this dark, scary room to read it? Expenditure Summary, Executive Sector, Q2. Major, Staffing Surveillance, blank. Data Center Initiative, Construction, blank, blank. Minor, Office Equipment, Janitorial Costs, blank. Mold Removal, HQ Livability Costs. For cost breakdown spreadsheet, see page 5 for 5-year comparison chart. See page 9. Sweet. Tax info. If the Federal Bureau of Control is a federal, like, building, do they have to pay taxes? Is that how that works? It's fun to piece together redacted sections. It is, yeah.
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them and they were hiding in plain sight.
Yeah. Takes a building that is bigger on the inside and ever shifting. Shh, we haven't gotten to that point yet. Also, yeah, the chat box is lagging for some reason. Nothing else is. Is it? No, hold on. I guess it might be, because I realized, like, the animations for my, like, follower goals and stuff aren't playing, are they? You know what? Whatever. Allow yourself to be immersed. And enjoy the immersive experience. Well, there you go. Classic stream. No visual nonsense. Just pure epic gameplay. We'll set that back up. Sweet. Now there's no worries. Admittedly, again, it's also because this is the first stream that I'm, like, recording the VOD for it at the same time. So that's probably causing some issue as well. If I wasn't recording, it might be not as much of an issue. Then again, this game also is a bit more intensive than some others I've played, so we'll see. Ah, yes. Anyone, what do you guys want? Nondescript pistachios? Nondescript crackers? Trail mix? Potato chips? What are these? Just blank bars labeled protein? Fivers? Good game, yes, yes. Yep. Hot and spicy peanuts? Oh. Damn. Alright, fine. Fair enough. I didn't have money anyway. Security order. Great. Federal Bureau of Control, attention all blank. Blank, a shark in his blank, although secure, blank, permission to blank. Following basic protocol, blank, shoot to kill, blank, good luck. Is this even worth it at this point? But are the pretzels salted, flavored, big, small? Please, FBC, I must know. Well, clearly you don't need to know. You just need to know that they are pretzels. Now you can either have pretzels or have no pretzels. And now this hallway's looping around. Federal Bureau of Control, hello. As you all should know by now, the R4 reports are due by the end of the week. We're still waiting on them for a number of people. If you need an extension, please request form R4.E from your supervisor. If you think you're exempt from filing an R4, then you'll need to get written permission from your department chief saying so. Remember, R4s are mandatory under Section 75.2 of the Employee Manual. If your R4 requires interdepartmental claims, then please contact the appropriate department head, Dr. Darling, Miss Marshall, Mr. Salvador, or Mr. Kirkland, as needed. They'll be busy on Thursday in their annual policy review, so please schedule accordingly. Best, your admin team. I suppose so. Pretzels are good any way you shake them. No?
Hello?
Dr. Is that Trench? Yeah, it is. Oh. Hello, Mr.
Hey,
Janitor.
excuse me.
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, you're relevant. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, you
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No face.
But that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
Bless the cookie man. Yeah. We're just gonna ignore the fact that he seemed to read my thoughts. And the fact that the hallway is suddenly fine again, even though it was an endless loop a second ago. Yep. Nope, and now it's sealed off. Yeah. No, that's normal. That's fine. This happens. These things happen. Meteor happens. Pangaea. Ah, now the elevator's just there. Just leave. You get here, you meet the nice but strange janitor man. He manifests an elevator, and you just go on with your day. You decide, you know what? Maybe this little adventure isn't worth it after all. Why are you fussy? That was fine before, now it's not. Same with you. Weird.
The cell and the poster. I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help?
Starring Courtney Hope. Oh, shit, I just realized something I have to do actually in my settings. Oh, actually, I forgot to turn off copyrighted music. Oh, I can't remember if the intro to this game has any. Well, guys, if this VOD disappears, you know what happened. I'm pretty sure it's later in the game when the copyrighted stuff would play. Story by Sam Lake. Directed by Michael Kasurian. Control. God, this game fucking rules, actually. Small price. So true.
Did I lose you there for a moment? You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
Okay. Let me go and replace it now. Because I think it's mostly just music that plays in the radios and stuff. So it should be fine for the most part. No, because the section you're thinking about, Anturon, which is the same band that shows up in all Remedy games, essentially, that's for the game, so that shouldn't be copyrighted. That part will be fine. I think it's the radios and stuff that you can find around the environment and you can turn them on that tend to have copyrighted music, because they wanted the Bureau of Control to feel like a real place. So there's just little bits of things that just make it real. I mean, admittedly, that's this whole thing's, like, deal, is that you could argue that this is, in fact, real. Oh, no, before that, there's, like, a big soundstage area in one of the chambers. Oh, yeah, you're right. I think I know what you're talking about now, yeah. Horses. And man. Horse. More horses. Sweet. Oldest house. Discovered August 4, 1964. Huh. Alright, another vending machine. Alright. Now for real this time. What do you guys want? Nondescript pistachios, potato chips, pretzels, crackers, protein or fiber bars, or hot and spicy peanuts? One of you has to answer eventually. We're gonna keep doing this bit until one of you answers. The trail mix? Hell yeah. I can't actually do anything about the vending machines yet. This area is under 24-hour video surveillance. Yeah, I bet. I'll take the pistachios. Honestly, good choice on the pistachios. Solid choice. What's yelling and why? Approved terminology reminder. Federal Bureau of Control. Reminder. Reminder, redrafting any public-facing material. Well, pending any notifications of death related to the Willow AWE, please adhere to the following guidelines. Words/phrases to use. In the service of his/her country, regret, proud/pride will be remembered. Words/phrases to avoid. Alaska, scissors, blood, bleed, loss, apologies, sorry. Huh. Alright, Alaska is banned now. No more Alaska. It's me, I am screaming. Alaska is now fake. It's no longer real. We are not allowed to talk about Alaska. Federal Bureau Control. Barbara, I am not to be disturbed. Cancel all my appointments for the day for the rest of the week. I can't trust them, Barbara. Not a single one. Signed, Trench. This bodes well. That bodes well. Is there anything over on this side, or did I already look in here? I think I already looked in here. Yep. Alaska, the wannabe hanging off the side of Canada. You heard it here. Pride is federally protected. So true.
Shit. Shit. You want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really?
Sure thing, weird sparkles in my head. I'm sure this is a good idea. Hey, bud. You don't look too good. You got a little something on your chest there. You might have spilled that jam a little bit all over there, you know? Good talk. Testing. We are broadcasting from the pyramid/other. Only the director can wield. The gun, sword, intentionally left blank. Your application will be processed.
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Only the director can bind the service weapon and live/die. This is your ritual/challenge. You must choose to be the chosen
Look
one.
at this place. Where am I?
And there goes the poster. Bubblegum/Polaroid. All/none of the above. These are the concepts/tattoos we see in your minds. The service weapon. It has many forms like the house/prison you occupy. Moving towards edges to climb. Yep, standard gameplay stuff. V to melee, right? Sweet.
The same gun.
Control the gun/house.
Okay. Now I have a gun.
To fire the weapon. Yep. Destroy the copies/targets. Earn/become the director. Holy shit, my aim. I'm aiming. I'm good at video games. Got it. Awesome. I'm cool. So cool. The service weapon regenerates ammunition automatically when not in use. I love the sound of the service weapon firing. It's so cool. Yeah. This game's sound design is just out of this world. It's so good. You know, I didn't mean that literally, but I guess it kind of is. Enemies drop health elements when damaged. Collect health elements to restore health. Yep. I didn't need to. You/we wield the gun/you. The board appoints you. Congratulations, Director.
Something's coming. This threat. An attack. Duty as Director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here. Things have quieted down outside. Is it safe to go?
You know, no, actually, despite how weird everything is, I question your wishes that you are happy to be here. Like, I'm sorry, but after all of that, you sit there and you're like, I'm content I'm here. You know what? Peace and bliss upon the world. Old man's dead. I got appointed by some weird, stupid pyramid to be the next him. I'm happy I'm here. Life is such a like gift, you know. Black Pyramid brand cigarettes since 1920. Huh. Papers, 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 papers. Papers, 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 papers. Business, business. Am I doing it? Am I doing a good job? Business, business, business. Alright, let's go. This is a stupid bit. Also, my face is here now. On the wall. Wearing the director's suit. No. Yeah, we'll go towards the scary floating men. I'm sure this is fine.
You can't let this happen. 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 You stopped it. You... Oh, thank you. That was... horror.
Well,
Get the fuck away!
sweet. His guards. Field research on his entity, his corrupted security guard, confidential. Summary. The Bureau has many internal security personnel. The His was quick to take advantage of this fact. His guards used the standard issue bullpup rifles they carried prior to corruption, while the armored guards carry pump-action shotguns. They have no observed paranatural abilities, with the exception that certain Hiss guards are protected by a shield of dense Hiss resonance, capable of stopping bullets. Is this shielding a result of prolonged Hiss corruption? Does the Hiss mature in organic hosts over time? More data is needed. Did the Hiss target individuals with combat training? Does the Hiss have that level of cognizance? Does it utilize hosts for tasks they are best suited to? Combat-trained hosts are reserved for combat? These are all questions for later, though it is obvious that corrupted individuals retain knowledge on the use of their weapons. Refer to file blank for full report. A photograph of Director Trench. So much is expected from the director, the responsibility, the privilege. Zachariah Trench. Huh. Case files? Oh, service weapon. Service weapon, object of power 1-KE, containment procedure, no unique procedures required. Description / para-utility. This object's form is variable. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to blank. This object must only be bound by individuals seeking the role of blank. The object will determine whether blank. If rejected, the applicant is terminated. This process is dictated by the blank, though the criteria is unknown. The object was discovered inside the oldest house in the room that is now used as the director's office. The popular hypothesis, blank, many forms throughout history, blank, Mjolnir, Excalibur, Baronastra, all weapons that blank, of their wielders. If objects of power are the convergence of forces based on their collective subconscious, then this may be the original manifestation of that event. If this is the case, blank. See Dr. Darling presentation 11.1 for more details. And yeah, that video we saw, you can actually just watch those completely, which is awesome.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered
And they usually end up having
events,
more
intrusions
info
upon the perceived reality.
if you watch the full thing.
Remember to cover their connection to the astral plane as well. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one.
We'll probably only really sit back and watch those if it's one that's in the world or really has a lot extra to give. Oh, they just disappeared. Sweet. Can I open this door now? Nope. I'm the director and I still don't have access to the building. My portrait is here now as well. Executive. The elevator was right there, wasn't it? Now it's gone. Oh, yeah, director Jesse Faden. So all of the portraits of Trench got replaced with me. Yeah, because this is where the horse paintings were. And now the horses are gone. And so is the elevator. But mostly the horses. Can't wait to get Claire into trying this game eventually. Honestly, I think she'd have a good time with it. And also be really confused the entire time. Executive Affairs.
The hotline. Secure line of communication. Guide us. Reach the hotline.
The hotline, says the dead man. Okay.
Remember to wash your hands. Your hands can spread the mold. Good advice. Office rules of conduct: speak in moderate volume, no personal calls, no food or drink around the bureau documents or in the copy room, no using the photocopier for personal projects, or the 3D printer, or the bureau stationery. Wear access badge at all times. No discussing confidential projects out loud. The one to finish the coffee pot makes a new one. How often has that been an issue that you have to make it an official rule? Hey, if you finish the coffee, don't be a jackass. Make another coffee pot. I mean, it's a good rule, but like... Okay, first aiders. Don't bring the dogs into the office. Some of us have allergies. Tube checking. A book club? Socks and ballerinas. Live at the oldest house. It's kind of a baller name for a band, actually. It's kind of silly, but it's kind of cool at the same time. Reminder to all staff, food left in the refrigerator in containment break room 3-B has been known to vanish. Plan accordingly. May be punishing at times, but I feel like she might be able to struggle her way through it. Her energy management and timing will be a constant problem. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh fuck. Yeah. I'm sure that's fine. There you are. Sweet. I broke someone's desk, though. And the floor. Up. It's fine. They're buffing it out already. Wow, isn't that great? His life is in your hands. Thanks. Yeah, much better. Dinner reservations. Federal Bureau Control dinner reservation 7 p.m. at Chez Ambre. Wife will meet you there. Don't be late. Flowers are ready for you at lobby reception. Remember, she is turning 46. There's something really, like, terrifying about this. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but just like the idea that, like, assuming this is directed at a random employee, the idea that they have to basically, like, remind them, oh yeah, you have a life outside of this. Like, go. Experience your actual fucking life is so weirdly, like, I don't know, it, like, makes my skin feel itchy in a way I can't really explain. Clearance level. You do not have a clearance level. Damn. Photo of me. I thought I saw a document, but there isn't one. No.
Reminder, if you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search the room for any altered items or objects of power. 2. Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for Bureau staff to find you and the object. If there are no altered items or objects of power in the vicinity, then reach your supervisor via the nearest intercom and await further instructions. Thank you for your attention.
I love the little jingle they designed for That was a misclick. The little jingle they designed for all of the like bureau, like media, like the videos and the those little audio logs. I think it's just great. Nothing in the toilets. I broke the wall there. Another document here. Federal Bureau of Control, agenda items for next executive meeting, rising costs of AWE response, update on mold eradication efforts, upcoming annual salary review, new supplier of coffee filters to be found and vetted. Please come prepared. Thank you for your time. We've been bringing up mold a lot. How much of a problem is this mold?
I'm gonna stop you right there. That's black mold.
And B, why did you need to change coffee suppliers, and why do they need to be vetted? What happened with the coffee filters? Hey man, nice desk you got. I don't think I did that. Another restroom. Nothing in this one either. Sweet, awesome. Why do they need a vetted coffee filter supplier? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. What happened with the coffee filters? God, I never get tired of how terrifying the visuals are with this. Whatever, control, confidential. For Marshall's eyes only. Marshall, we checked out the suspected AWE in Duluth. Wasn't anything, just like the house fire before this, and the malfunctioning clothes dryer before that. My team is getting pretty sick of duds. We need to find better a way to sort the fake AWEs from the real things. I need to rotate these field agents off for a bit. Anyway, we're en route to Sherman Ranch, next one on the list. Let's hope it's a little livelier there. Sincerely, Special Agent Keenum. Keenum? The A there really threw me off, and it took everything in my being to not descend into a Mario voice. When you see unnatural shit on a daily basis, you're gonna need the best coffee out there, and the filters help. True, but why did they need to switch coffee filter suppliers? And why do the new coffee filters need to be vetted? This implies something happened with the old coffee filters.
The hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place.
Maybe they
Is the
caught
hiss
fire?
your enemy? All right.
Maybe.
It's our enemy. That babbles.
I didn't mean to interrupt the dialogue. Dissemination of paranatural topics, urban legends. Urban legends are believed to affect the creation of altered material, but can also dictate the characteristics of an altered world event. Urban legends are understood as the modern evolution of Jung's archetypes. We recognize certain blank informed by our own blank, and popularized by our media. We have additionally proven that urban legends can even be artificially blank in popular culture using blank. Our Bureau made anthology television program. Once the seeds are sown, human imagination exacerbates the details. Exacerbates the details? Either that's missing a letter, or I'm stupid. Certain paranatural phenomena contain clear elements of popularized folklore. AWEs that only occur on blank, a pair of scissors that consume human blank through two punctures on the blank. These details live in the minds of so many and have been giving strength to belief. So, wait, hold on. So, would it be a pair of scissors that consumes human blood through two punctures on the neck? Like, as if it were vampires? Yeah. These details living in the minds of so many have given been giving strength through belief. Urban legends are not just stories for children, they are paranatural realities waiting to happen. Refer to file 4-93-6942 for full report. This is one of my favorite letters in this entire game. I think that this being so early on and giving this idea that essentially a lot of the supernatural shit that happens in this game's world is based on real things. The idea that essentially, like for example in this case, people believing in vampires, and the idea that, you know, vampires bite people's necks and leave 2 puncture holes to consume blood gave rise to a pair of scissors that does essentially just that. And because it keeps perpetuating the myth of vampires, it keeps making this pair of scissors stronger. What if the last coffee filters became objects of power or something? That's not out of the question. That's most likely what happened.
Like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
Fun fact about this as well. It's really funny she says that, because if you actually listen to the hiss closely, they have a line, I think, where they basically say that like word for word. Where they say something along the lines of, a catchy tune is an earworm that burrows into the mind over and over again. Again, this game has so many cool little fucking details, it's awesome. Federal Bureau of Control. How to handle unscheduled visitors entering the lobby. Start with the following. Welcome to the Federal Bureau of Control, established in 1964 as part of an effort to strengthen government relations. We are proud to serve the United States and her people, as we strive for transparency and excellence in all aspects of our esteemed nation's infrastructure. If they do not leave, then ask them these questions. Are you here to see someone? Are you from New York or just visiting? How'd you find this place? If their answers are sufficiently harmless, explain that this is a secure federal office and that they'll need to leave. If their answers seem blank, escort them to a private room. There, perform the Gunnar's psychological assessment. If the responses are within the acceptable range of deviance, see the providing scoring sheet, then blank immediately. Remember, there's no such thing as too suspicious. Have I heard Stipendium's Control song? No, I have not. I didn't know they made one. Radio? No thank you, radio. I'm good. Well, no other thing than to jump down, right? Yeah, that was a bad idea. It's so red in here, I can't make anything out. Ranger second class what? Second class blast. See, got him.
Must cleanse control points. An enemy. Corrupt. Spreading them.
It was the song that originally got me into playing the game originally.
What does that mean? Help me
Huh,
fix it.
fair. It's actually really funny because I was thinking about that earlier today, where I was like, what got me to play Control? And I'm gonna be entirely real with you. I actually don't know. I don't know. I don't remember what it was. I don't even remember how I got the game actually at this point. Because I don't remember having bought it. But I also don't think it was gifted to me. you're the altered object. I think the game is, yeah. Because again, I legitimately don't remember. I don't know how it got onto my Steam library. And I don't remember what exactly made me want to play it. My only, like, two thoughts was that I either got it from, like, a Humble Bundle, or from that time period where Tristan here would, like, gift out, like, Steam game codes. I think from, like, Humble Bundles that you got. And that's, like, the only two things I can think of. But I genuinely don't remember. Alright. Let's cleanse this control point. God, that's so cool.
Holy shit. You did it. We did it.
Hello? Can you hear me? Are you with us? With the Bureau? Are you still sane?
Hmm.
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope, Emily Pope, Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie?
Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting.
I should have lied.
Shit! You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
Director Faden.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow this hostile force, this
Hiss?
that works. Somehow the hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official.
Then
The
how come there's
hiss.
documents with it already?
Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench is dead. Shot.
Ah,
I found his body. And the gun.
Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
the service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point, push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet.
A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of.
Yes. I can try.
I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together. Okay. You with me? We did it before. Push the hiss out.
Okay. Cleanse the corrupted hiss. This guy. Okay. This lady, I realized. My bad. Encoding overloaded. Consider turning on video settings or using faster encoding preset. Cool. Great.
It didn't work. The hiss has burrowed too deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
We need to make a plan, Jesse.
This seems to be, for the most part, good now, though.
I can't cleanse them.
I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it.
Listen, the Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time.
That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hedron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. A few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench, the ghost, or whatever he is, he mentioned something called the Hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the hiss.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
They call me the director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
I know this is all new to you, so don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions. The door to the comms department?
I didn't mean to
The
interrupt.
hotline
God
should
damn
be
it.
in the communications department.
Origin of the hiss.
Where did the hiss come from?
I'm not sure. You said the hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in?
No. No, just inside.
The source is internal, then. See, the oldest house is a sprawling complex with openings to other places as well. I don't even know where to start looking. But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the hiss to destroy it.
With you on that, Emily.
The oldest house.
You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the Bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't, which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door.
Okay. This trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. But that's just a hypothesis on my part. I'd need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah.
I also love that, again, about the, just as a concept for this game, the fact that this entire building, the entire Federal Bureau of Control, the reason that it can exist just in the middle of fucking New York and just no one knows about it in world is that you just don't see it if you don't know it. If you don't know that it's there, if you're not searching for it, you'll walk by it thousands of times and you still just would never notice the building. Like, there are people, presumably, who basically can live right next to it, walk by it every single day of their lives, and still just never really pay attention to the fact that it's there. It just looks like any boring old office building, and you don't pay attention to it. It's just there. I just think that's such a cool idea for this. And again, it's part of what makes this game so fun, in my opinion, in the way that, like, you can, to some extent, with a little bit of, you know, suspension of disbelief, essentially, just like, yeah, theoretically, this could just be the case, and there is, in fact, one there, and you just don't know it, because we're not aware of it, technically. Obviously, that immediately falls apart considering this fucking video game, because then you'd be acutely aware of it. But I just think that's such a fun way to, like, explain why no one cares or notices. Also the idea that, like, the trench is essentially talking through us through his final, like, bits of memory. I think that's really interesting, too. Because I wonder if he would have sensed that we arrived. You know? It's very interesting. I love this game's world building. It's so fucking cool.
Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. So objects of power are mundane objects that house paranatural energies and have developed a link to the astral plane and can thus be controlled, which is what differentiates them from altered items, which are still housings of paranatural forces, but are more volatile and cannot be bound in the pure utilitarian sense. Got it?
Did she memorize this?
Got it.
Yeah. Sweet. No, it checks out. It makes sense. I got it.
So HRA stop you from becoming Hiss?
It seems that way. I mean, I hadn't even heard of an HRA until a few weeks ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out. Well, I began analyzing mine as soon as I got it. And each one, it seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. Yeah, his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
Hey, a box. Bop. Okay, where are we going? Noburita Communications. That's right. Doubles. Portrait of Director Zachariah Trench. Huh. It's a different one. The only person you should fail is yourself. Signed, Trench. Weird that I got another one of those. But now we're free to explore this area instead. This door is covered in sticky notes. Which, after seeing the trailer for the other game, interesting. Technological restrictions. Examination of paranatural topics. Technological limitations of the oldest house. Summary. The oldest house imposes certain limitations on our bureau. But by far the most restrictive is the inability to use certain technological instruments. The oldest house does not allow devices that receive or emit any blank signal. Radio waves are the only transmittable signals in the oldest house, and even those are often unreliable. If the power of collective unconscious is taken into account, it could be that certain pieces of technology are too new in the cultural blank for the oldest house to blank them. Similarly, these items have not been known to become receptacles for altered status. Technology may be moving at too fast a pace for the blank to occur. Modern technology tends to disappear and break here, sometimes quite violently. Blank agents have been injured by cell phones exploding in their pockets while entering the oldest house. Refer to file 4-19-1935 for full report. Seriously wonder if FBC Firebreak happens because Jesse opens the sticky note room. Maybe someone orders smart coffee filters? Maybe. Maybe the coffee filters were too new. Actually, they tried to get one of those Keurig things, essentially, and it just blew up instantly. So they had to go back to using, like, traditional coffee machines. Also, if I remember correctly, Firebreak takes place, like, 4 years after the events of this game. Which is really interesting to me, because I thought, time-wise, it was supposed to be, like, the day after, more or less. Because, I don't know, I guess in my opinion that made more sense. The filters weren't vetted properly, yeah. Shifted bathroom complaint. Federal Bureau Control. Listen, I know you can't control building shifts, but the executive level restroom has been missing for weeks now. I worked my ass off in the Islamabad station for 3 years. I've earned the right to a nice workplace shitter. If you can't bring it back, at least find out where it went. Signed, D. Rodriguez. You know, he's got a point. Like, I get you know, like, I'd be pretty upset if the restroom just disappeared suddenly, too. Anything in these areas? Also, I think it might just be this area in particular, and it's just, like, too big or something, and the game doesn't load textures properly. Control points. Examination of paranatural topics. Control points. Summary. Control points are locations that the Bureau has identified as being vital junctions of the oldest house. When the appropriate harmonization devices are arranged around the control point in the blank arrangement, the surrounding area will not experience any unforeseen building shifts. These control points are discovered by blank, detection of an unobstructed ping using the blank within a 37-foot radius. Numerous researchers have attempted to define control points, calling them nerve junctures or blank, or vulnerable spots of the oldest house. The common factor in these theories is that control points are susceptible to external influence, which allows us to stabilize the oldest house and work more confidently inside it. Theoretically, this technology could be extrapolated to stabilize the oldest house as a whole, but testing has found that certain parts of the building refuse to be controlled, I'm assuming. Refer to file 7252788 for a full report. Cool. Sweet. Awesome. Actually, it'd be really funny if the word control is just, or controlled specifically, was just one of those terms that was banned throughout the entire game. Obviously, there's multiple times where it gets used, but be funny. It just spices up life a bit. Find the treasure with a restricted time limit. So true. Yeah. It's a jukebox. I don't have access to the jukebox, but there's a jukebox in here. Karaoke night at the oldest house must go crazy, honestly. Can you imagine? You're sitting there, singing, living La Vida Loca for a minute, and then next thing you know, you're getting pelted by a fucking vending machine or something. Fun times, honestly.
There it is again.
Where's the karaoke night? I don't know, man. Building shifts. That's wherever the karaoke machine ends up. If it ends up here, we just have to, like, break into karaoke. Yeah, Bureau rules. You know how it is. Can't do much about them. The karaoke machine demands karaoke. He's just resting. Kept wanting to press V to melee and I kept missing. Goodies. Travel cost. Week 83 report. Visited the following Nevada accommodations: Desert Sun Inn, Big Sky Motel, Starlight Motel Inn, In and Out, Aztec Court, Sleep E Bear Motel, Silver Spurs Ranch, El Gato Blanco Inn, A Plus Lodge. Accommodations 831, meals 714, gasoline 295, mini bar 313. I do wonder if a motel called the Ocean View is going to be found in a landlocked state, but hey, I guess I'm not paid to think, right? And for the record, I again request that you give us the budget to get 2 rooms each night. Agent Rowley and myself are very tired of sleeping in the same room. See you on the road, Agent L. Hines. The voice in research said performing rituals may help identify any places of power. Drinking those little whiskeys is my ritual. You know what? Fair enough. If they're making you travel around and just checking into random middle of nowhere hotels in Nevada, fuck it. Take from the minibar. Put it on your tab. Put it on the business tab. Especially if they're not giving you enough money for both of you to have separate rooms. Sorry, dude. shit, here we go. You know, after careful consideration, I think I'm good. Havana, AWE 48. An auditory event occurred at the United States Embassy in Havana, injuring the majority of diplomatic staff stationed there. Blank deaths were reported and the outgoing information has been managed. Event responds. Bureau agents arrived at the embassy on the same day as the event was reported through federal channels, but were too late to witness the AWE since which is reported to have been blank. Staff experienced sudden intense vibrations and noise accompanied by an intense pressure in the ears. This lasted for blank minutes. No visual phenomena was witnessed. The scene was cordoned off and the embassy staff were transported to the continental US. After Formula I-9 was recited in the vicinity, a single cowboy boot began to vibrate. Identifying it as an altered item, the item was contained and brought to the Bureau for examination. See case file A185 for details. Mushrooms. Oh, that's cool. What is? That's based on something that actually happened. Again, a lot of it is based in real life, and the entire premise is that essentially, like, a lot of these mysterious, rare events are caused by altered items, and then the story that we know is their cover-up for it. It's the version that was released to the public in order to prevent the public from actually knowing what happened, since again a lot of these altered items and stuff gain power from people knowing about them. Ooh, what's for lunch? It's all empty. It's empty. So what? Fucking no one had lunch this day? Yeah, man, no wonder they went cranky. That's probably why he's so pissed. That's what it is. An earworm is a tune you can't stop humming to yourself, is the line. It's such a good one. It sends fucking chills. Dead letters. Yeah, those letters sure look dead. Oh, fuck. I missed my melee. Ah. Please, I don't want to become the dead letter. Cool, I'm fine. No, I'm not fine. There's more enemies. Okay. Let's cleanse this control point. I love the effect of the building shifting back to normal. It's so cool every single time. Navigate through the communications department, which is over that way. Cleanse control points to gain access to fast travel sites throughout the oldest house. Yep. Sweet. Book Club, Penny. Hello, avid readers. The Bureau Book Club bunch will convene at the usual spot in the corner table of the cafeteria at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. Currently discussing Unless You by J.D. Brooks. Everyone should get the reviews to me by Monday before lunch so I can generate some conversation starters before the meeting. Happy reading, Penny Bartwell. If I remember correctly, that is one of the more interesting ones too. That entire little side plot regarding the book club. Field research on His entity, His barrier. Summary: the His resonance field is a physical impediment that is difficult to define. His barriers appear as ways to impede escape or access by Bureau personnel. 2 methods have been discovered for lowering them. 1. Destroy the multiple concentrated resonance sources found in the vicinity. 2. Destroy the His entities in the area. The resonance fields seem to require support for their size and density from other non-connected sources of His resonance. Without the ability to draw from these sources, the barrier will fall. Does an inactive structure made of His resonance qualify as a conscious being? Does the distinction make any difference when considering the His? What does the very act of building walls to prevent our movement tell us about the His? To what degree is it watching and planning? Refer to file blank for full report. Oh, you guys want to witness the horrors? Oh, yes. My favorite kids show ever.
I'm so sorry, Meg. What happened?
I don't know. They blacked it out.
It's like the director says. Confidential and children both start with C.
The director's a puppet. A dirty, rotten, fat person.
Dad says my mama went missing in action. She walked into the city and didn't come back. I don't know what missing in actions is, but I sure wish someone would find her.
I'll help you look, Telfer. We'll find your mama together.
Yay! Yippee! Anyway. There's more of those. There's a lot more of those. They're gonna go find his mom. Yeah. Prime 10 Children's Entertainment, yep. Dead letter, dead precedents. To whom it may concern, I am being contacted by the past presidents of the United States of America. They appear as spirits, as spirit guides, giving me their wisdom. John Adams keeps saying I need to fix America, but I can't really understand him. They all have a lot of opinions. People tell me I'm imagining it, but Theodore Roosevelt showed me how to fix my lawnmower, and I don't know a thing about lawnmowers. Explain that. I have great dead men telling me about the past and the present. If you'd like to use my abilities to help run the government, please let me know. I know the White House could use me. Yours in earnest, James Bartholomew. And yeah, we got the episodes of the Threshold Kids. So you can watch them in higher quality if you want to, instead of in the world on a television. Singing fish. Mr. Governor, I called the police, but they never come to my house. I got a problem and you got to send folk to fix it. I got my wife one of them singing fish on the walls. It's not a real fish, it sings when you hit a button. But it's got the devil in it. It flies around at night and sings devil songs, says lots of curse words. The devil got in my house because of a fish, and you got to come handle it. My wife is real upset. When can you come? Sincerely, Dwayne Barr. Trench, dead letter approval. Greetings, Director Trench. I'd like to thank you for approving my request for the Dead Letters Archive. Cataloging the Bureau's collection of delinquent mail will provide an extremely handy database that research teams can use to search for any connections or related topics found among the letters. Aside from the more functional purposes, the archive will allow us to preserve these windows into authentic human encounters with the paranatural world. The letters came to us from various places and times gathered by the Postal Service as undeliverable. The Bureau is the perfect home for them. I realize not all letters contain accounts of genuine paranatural events, but even their erroneous ones allow us insight into how the unknown is perceived by real people. Of course, I will first compile a system to allow us to analyze the letters for any information or suspected connections to AWEs and other altered materials. So thank you again. Can't wait to delve into my dead letters. P. Bartwell. So yes, the entire section here of dead letters, which is the letters we've been reading so far as well, which I think is really interesting, is essentially they will take letters that are either intercepted because they find that there's context in them that pertains to the paranatural, or letters that have been marked and just can't be delivered anywhere in particular. And they collect them because they want to see whether it's people trying to talk about actual paranatural events, or if it's just someone who is not all there at the time. And I think that's really fun, because it's like... Because, for example, the two that we read so far, the one about the flying devilfish, or the one about the dead precedents, either of those could be true. It depends on really... surrounding context to prove whether it's actually the case or not. And I think it's really interesting that they have an entire section of the Bureau dedicated to that, to trying to figure out whether people's random letters actually mean something that's going on, or if it's just, people's imagination, essentially. Again, it just adds so much more depth to the world. It makes it feel like this is an actual thing they have to look into and research. It's very fun. Machine God. I had a dream, and I built the thing I saw in my dream. A machine that will contain God. But not the God you know, or the one anyone knows. A new God. This machine will be his body, his heart, and his mind. I made it just like the dream showed me. I used the motors from the refrigerator and the coils from my toaster and the fans, plus the timing belt for my car's engine and the wheels for my son's skateboard. God can't move yet, but the dream said he would learn how on his own. This is just a beginner's body, like a baby's, but a machine instead. God only needs a place to start. If you want to interview me, please contact me at the address on the envelope. My phone does not work anymore. I had to use the dialing plate on God. Me. So true. Whoa. This room's locked. I can't go there. Anything over this way? Oh, hey, another TB. What do we got for us this time?
Just look at him. 8
Floppy
inches
disk.
wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes. Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes. This is not the disk, of course, but one exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle. It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on. And they did. We don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OOP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched maybe 3 dozen pencils. And once, we even launched a cup.
I kind of like the chat being absent from the screen. If y'all prefer it, honestly, I think that'll be fine. The only reason I keep it is because, specifically for, like, the Vods later on, the post-stream recording, I feel like being able to see the messages and have that context is better. Obviously, I naturally tend to read them out as well, but in the case I don't, or I paraphrase or something, I feel like it helps with context. But
Communications. We're on the right track.
But if y'all prefer it like this, then we can do that. I just figured for this one, since they weren't working anyway, might as well remove all of it and let y'all be more immersed into this world. Wow. It actually reminds me, I think if I were to be playing this game as a playthrough series, like directly just a YouTube video, I think personally I would love to do it like how good old Charlie Slimesicle tends to do his playthroughs for games sometimes, where he'll do what he calls like an immersive playthrough, where he has no webcam, he has no anything on it, and he essentially will play through the game and more or less act like he's in the game. So it's not just him commentating over it, but it'll be him like actually basically pretending to be the character in the game. And I think my favorite version of this so far has to have been his series on Dredge. A, because he actually got like art and stuff for it, and then had like other people voice the characters, and so it was just really fun. But B, because it actually felt like it was him with the way he like played it out. Same with the first one he did of it, which was Still Wakes the Deep. Really enjoyable series to watch him play through it, and again, essentially like act like he's in it. It's so fun because he actually has like a really good mix of like improv to make things funny, but it's also just interesting trying to watch him get genuinely surprised by things and try and stay essentially in character as he plays it. And I think again, if I were to do a YouTube video on this game specifically, rather than having streamed it, I think I would have loved to do something like that for this game. Because I think that sounds really fun. But I don't video, so stream it is. I don't know, maybe like fucking couple of years from now, when I completely forget everything about this game again, more or less, well, we'll do it. And we'll commit to it. Because that, I don't know, that just sounds so fun to me. To play it like that. Play something like that, essentially. Weird spot for a restroom. But then again, I don't think they have control of where they go, so fair enough. I mean, if you want to do that for some other game, you know, people would edit it for you. I think the main thing being that, like, I don't want to just, like, ask you all to, like, edit them for me as, like, a... Like, yes, could you please edit this for me? Like, if you guys have offered, which has been the case specifically with the Psychonauts playthrough currently, because we might be getting an edited version of those. But that's more so because Mel offered to do so, and I was very, very glad to let her. And I'm pretty sure it's mostly because she wanted to practice editing in the first place. But I feel bad asking, just because, like, I don't know, I know it's a lot of effort, and I know it's a lot of work, and I don't want to, like, just ask for that without a way to offer any compensation for it, essentially, you know? Because, like, I don't got the money for it, and I would feel bad not being able to. Oh. Rip, dude, you good? He's just sleeping. Flesh wall. Cool. It's not, it's just hissing, but it's weirdly squelchy anyway. I literally would want to. Fair. That's fair enough. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll think about it. Thing is, it's like I would then need to find the find the time to like record as well, which would be its own can of worms. But who knows? Again, we'll look into it. Maybe for something special, like if it's like, I don't know, playing a spooky game or something for like October. Maybe we'll think about doing something like that. Book Club, Samson. Book Club Notes for Penny by L. Samson. I don't usually read a lot of sci-fi, but as far as space operas go, this was alright. The title, Unless You, could refer to a bunch of things in the book, I guess, but I thought it was a little vague and stupid. The way the characters kept throwing it around, almost like a catchphrase, got a real annoying real fast. The best part of the story was the space battles. I sided with the fixers, obviously, because they had the coolest tech and their motives made the most sense to me. Honestly, if I had to choose between some hoity-toity flowers and gun space hippies or a badass bunch of warriors who go around devouring planets like cheap sushi on a Sunday, I know who I'm picking. The scene where they invade City Planet and convert the entire population using those brainworms, and that space dogfight between those two ace pilots, sign me the fuck up. What kind of ruined the whole thing for me was that when my favorite character got killed not even halfway through the story by getting a battery cylinder launched into his face by a gravitational anomaly. His death didn't feel necessary at all. This game's so fucking cool.
Object of power. Looks like the hiss have latched onto it. We need to cleanse it.
See to crouch behind low objects. I didn't mean to go in here. I think this is the wrong place to go. Ow. That one hit me, apparently. Okay, made it. Fine. Come here, you stupid floppy disk. I just realized we're in ads. I should wait. Alright, not the break. Ad break has ended. Back to floppy disk. the floppy disk slash nuke can be bound. To gain launch slash telekinesis. Teach us to believe, Director.
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in Bureau Seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings? I'm not their director. I'm no one's director.
Hold D to grab highlighted objects. Release E to launch. Hell yeah. Launch slash align the cube slash thingamajig into the hole slash slot to advance slash score. Best ability ever. It's so fun. It's probably one of my favorites to upgrade as well. Destroy the copies slash fakes slash made-ups ability gift slash further. Oh, I got 2-for-1 with that one. Sweet. The hiss slash noise is burrowing into the astral plane slash secret base. You must stop slash mute them, Director. Shut up. How about you do something about it, huh? Cowards. I'd throw a chunk off of that. Yeah. Yeah. What'd you think of that, huh? Idiot. I think it's actually really cool that you can actually hit that with the blocks. It's a lot closer than I thought it was. No objects, no problem. Just rip the wall off and hit the hiss with it. Yeah, it's so fun. The floppy disk is now bound slash delivered. The hiss slash antagonist is seeking our astral plane.
There you are. You were gone. Cut
off. Floppy disk OOP5-KE containment procedure must be contained in a cell with no other loose material. Description slash para utility. The object is an 8-inch diskette containing Soviet-era nuclear launch codes. When bound, the object allows paratiliterians to telekinetically lift material and throw it a short distance. See Dr. Darling Presentation 11.15 for more information. The object is currently bound to blank for research purposes. Background. Stolen from a Soviet military base located in blank by agents blank and blank with the CIA. The diskette contained launch codes to blank missiles, believed to be reserved for use against blank. After being returned to America, the diskette began throwing computational hardware at members of the decoding team. An informant in the CIA tipped the bureau off, and it was reacquisitioned by agents the next day. I think this is like one of the ones that like really helps you start understanding how these things work. So, because this floppy disk contained nuclear launch codes, and essentially the way people would think about it and like subconsciously and consciously like picture it and experience it, they would see it as this big destructive thing capable of launching things. So because enough people started seeing it that way and manifesting that archetype onto it, it manifests the destructive capability of picking things up and launching them. That's so fucking clever and fun.
off.
Yeah, shit.
Got it. Just like you wanted, right? This will help me fight the hiss.
Hell yeah, sweet. I love the soundtrack in this section too. Oh shit. I also realized the body of the guy who was here who got killed by the canister hitting his face is gone now as well. Yeah, that doesn't lead anywhere. No, it doesn't. So we can just explore this area over here. Now the pathway is open.
Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mailroom.
Oh, hey, there's a document. Regarding information campaign summary of Willow AWE. National news sites have begun publishing the story of the polar bear attack on the Alaskan town. You all know I don't like to boast, but claiming that the family was killed by migrating polar bears desperate for food because their ecosystem is being ruined by global warming was a stroke of genius. Using current ecological concerns makes the public much less likely to blank. So another AWE behind us and the public is none the wiser. Well done. Well done, everyone. It was a strong campaign and perfectly executed. This doesn't mean we can stop monitoring blank, and blank for any off-message opinions, but it's looking like we're in the clear. Tomasi out. His demolition agent. Bureau only allows certain highly trained individuals to handle volatile materials and weaponry. Our demolition experts are instructed in the use of explosives in dimensions with distinct physical laws, making them important assets for engineering work as well as combat situations. His demolition experts are the only observed Hiss variation to wield the specially built rocket-propelled grenades that is designed to identify and track blank entities once fired, making them a threat whose termination should be prioritized in combat scenarios. I find it remarkable that the Hiss restrict usage of this weapon to the Bureau personnel who train specifically for its use. What does this tell us about its behavior? Can it not pass along new information to corrupted entities? Still too many unknowns. Refer to file blank for full report. Summary. Field research on his entity, Hiss Corrupted Ranger. The Rangers are the Bureau's well-trained and well-armed expeditionary forces. Their Hiss corrupted counterparts are equally formidable. Prior to corruption, Rangers were trained to use a variety of weapons in order to face any threat found during AWE response or threshold exploration, including submachine guns, assault rifles, and automatic shotguns. Hiss Rangers utilize these weapons as well as the advanced tactics taught by Bureau instructors. Some are additionally outfitted with Bureau-made body armor. Hiss Rangers have no observed paranatural abilities beyond some being protected by the shielding of dense Hiss resonance capable of stopping bullets. Considering the advanced training the Hiss Rangers are capable of applying to their situation, is it feasible to consider the human mind still remains intact to some degree? Or is the Hiss able to tap into this combat training and utilize it? Further observation is required. Not what I meant to pick up. Okay, grab that. Summon it to you. Okay. That didn't work. Slam it into that one. Perfect. Weapon armor damage. Can I? I can already equip mods. That's cool, sweet. Energy boost, astral health boost. Ooh, I already have a blue one of that. Sweet. Reload efficiency. Damage against enemy armor. The reload speed so far seems fine to me, so I'm gonna get the bonus damage for that. That's right, this game has build crafting to an extent. It's actually, like, unsettling when they start getting really agitated. This restroom is dork. I am lost. Okay, nothing in there though. In either of them. Oh hey, another control point. Yeah, let's climb it. Sweet. Oh hey. Clearance level 1. Sweet.
This must open the door.
I only tapped it and so it didn't actually pick it up. That's kind of funny. Let's see, I've been through all this. Let's head upstairs, see what we can find. Hello, floating person. Okay. Oh, and here's another clearance level 1. Interesting that they put it in both spots.
You're listening to America Overnight, mystifying the airwaves for more than 29 years. Thank you for staying up with us. Ghosts. We've had many callers over the years tell us of hauntings, voices, and other phantasmagorical phenomena. Today, friend of the show, Dr. Quincy Reagan, tells his story. Quincy, thanks. This is something I've experienced recently while staying at the Chili Pines Motel in Macon for last year's SuspiciaCon. I was in room 47. A night manager, an avid listener of the program, insisted I take this particular room. Now, the manager explained that years back, the body of a man was discovered under the bed, inside that wooden border that motel beds tend to have. And the body had been there a week, he said. Guests had stayed there, sleeping with the corpse a foot below them. They only found the body when housekeepers complained about the smell. Hauntings have been reported in room 47 ever since. I happily took the room. I fell asleep pretty quick, checking under the bed first, of course. No ghosts visited me, no chilly spots or flickering lights. But when I woke up, I found myself under the bed. It was dark and stiflingly hot. Luckily, I was able to push the mattress off and crawl out before I suffocated. The night manager was kind enough to find me another room. Oh, there you have it, listeners. What we call ghosts take many forms. Quincy was brave enough to tell his story, and I encourage you to keep calling and writing whenever you encounter something strange, something you can't explain. Maybe you're seeing colors that we have no name for. Maybe your toaster is possessed. Remember, dear listeners, when no one else believes you, we do. America Overnight, we'll be right back.
So kind of the hiss to stop their ramblings to allow me to listen to that audio recording. Really kind of nice of them, honestly. I can't open that door. Admittedly, I think there's like other spots I can go through. Oh. Oh, okay. Sweet. I thought it was a different room. I thought it was just a side. I mean, I guess it is just a side room, huh? It just looks really unique. Data breach. Up. System security evaluation confirmed data breach. Last month, our on-site servers experienced an intrusion by unauthorized users. After a thorough investigation, it was confirmed that the users only accessed a video file which contained portions of various Dr. Darling presentations. Investigators were able to track these users through their IP addresses. The following are the confirmed identities of these users: Patrick Struchigens, Rubens Noguera, Dr. Kulumaki, Christopher Mills Bowling, Jaco Sarianen. These individuals are in breach of Bureau Code 91 and have been placed under surveillance by our external investigation team. Further action is pending. Personal mod, launch efficiency. Yes, please, actually. I don't have space for that. Never mind. I'd rather take the more health for now. Thank you. I can open this now. It leads to more mold. Marshall, lockdown distinctions. Pay attention, Alberto. This is the last time I'm explaining this. Internal lockdowns are manually triggered. Events that lock one or all of the sectors by restricting use of the sector elevator, effectively locking staff in their sector until the emergency is handled. They can only be lifted via the directorial override and maintenance, once the director is satisfied that the situation is under control. External lockdowns are a bigger deal. Nothing in or out of the whole building. It's only triggered by a code red contamination breach. Based on some complicated system that security and research slapped together, it can only be lifted once A, the threat has been neutralized, and B, a high clearance individual gives the system the all clear. This process is not the same as the directorial override, so stop saying so in documentation. I know it's confusing as hell. I've told Darling 100 times to change it, but they're adamant it stays the way it is. Honestly, I don't think they even know how to change it at this point. Let's just make sure our staff understand how this mess all works, okay? The tango tangos. Into the mail room we go. Oh.
They can fly.
Defeat his corrupted
Great.
Tomasi. Okay.
have a feeling he'll be back.
Yeah, probably.
Let's stay focused.
Tea time. Hey, Malcolm. Yes, tea time is at 7. I'll see you at the Curse on Sunday morning. By the way, have you heard about this Tennyson report? Apparently there's a bunch of copies drifting around the office. Trench is looking to get his hands on any information about who wrote it. You wouldn't happen to have heard anything about that, would you? See you Sunday. Signed, Jim. His Elevated. Field research on his entity, his elevated agent. His elevated agents display abilities similar to telekinetic competencies observed in Bureau para-utilitarians. Some prefer to charge their targets, while others launch objects at them. Telekinetic attacks have been ineffective against the His Elevated, due to their own talent in the area. They do not use any weaponry except their own paranatural capabilities. Some His Elevated have been seen levitating while strapped into chairs. This is likely the result of individuals being corrupted while undergoing cognitive recording in parapsychology. How are they able to use paranatural abilities? It is possible that these individuals were bound to objects of power prior to corruption. It's also worth considering that the His resonance can identify and express latent paranatural ability in the individuals it corrupts. Refer to file blank for full report.
The hotline should be past the mailroom.
Actually, you know what? Thinking about it, I would love to watch Charlie play this game in that style of his, actually. Now that I think about it, I think you'd have a lot of fun with that, actually. Butte. Event summary. A spate of disappearances was traced to a home in the city of Butte, where Bureau agents discovered a translocative light switch cord. Bureau agents arrived at the home of a local celebrity located at blank blank, which had been connected to a total of blank disappearances in the area. Agents found no one inside. While searching a closet, an agent pulled the light switch cord and disappeared from view. Another agent was selected to pull the cord in order to replicate the event. He disappeared as well. Both agents were discovered at the oldest house blank days later, found in a sealed room by rangers exploring a new area of the house. The light switch cord in the Butte's home's closet disappeared during this incident.
Alberto
Tomasi's ID. Tomasi Alberto, 2016 October 21st, expiry date 2019 October 21st. Well done, everyone. It was a strong campaign and perfectly executed. Signed, Alberto Tomasi.
Head of comms. The Hiss got him.
I mean, he purposefully made a thing about not wearing the thing that protects you from them, so I guess it checks out.
The situation in Cuba has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic weaponry in the hands of a foreign power. Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged their cellular walls, but you can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank God no local doctors examined them first. Honestly, what are the odds an altered item will show up inside a U.S. embassy? Talk about good luck, huh? So much easier to... Hey, are you still recording this?
Hotline
can't
chamber.
be far now.
I mean, I hear it ringing, so I guess not. I love the big impact title cards. They're so fucking cool. This game just has so much style. It's so neat. Butte AWE-17. According to their testimony, the agents had been transported from the Butte home to a roadside motel named the Ocean View Motel and Casino. and discovered a room key by performing a ritual. See file MOT-01. The key opened a door marked with an inverted black pyramid, which they only learned after a lengthy period of trial and error. After pulling another motel cord found inside this room, they were transported to the oldest house. The disappearances of the home's owner and the other locals of Butte have been attributed to the light switch cord. The Ocean View Motel, they misspelled it there actually, they missed the V, is now known to have many doors and pathways. Since the occurrence, identical light switch cords to the one found in the Butte home have begun appearing throughout the oldest house. At the time of writing, blank light cords have been found in the oldest house and located in the blank and blank sectors. These all access the Ocean View Motel, but how exactly this link operates is blank. But initial hypothesis centers on the Butte AWE as a blank blank. See Dr. Darling presentation 24.3 for more details. Hotline security log 8/19/29 at 2:45 p.m. Trench. 8/26/29 at 12:13 Trench. 8/31/2019 at 11:09 p.m. Bill Everett, custodian. 9/02/2019 at 2:45 p.m. is Trench again. Then at the same time, a couple days later, is Trench again. 9/14/2019 10:57 Bill Everett, the custodian. Just Trench going there back and over again. And then a different custodian, Carol Bishop, at the end, last on October 26, 2019.
The Ocean View Motel and Casino. Dream logic. The light switch cord. Door marked with a black pyramid.
Have we been here before? No. I've stayed at a lot of roadside motels across the country, on the road, on the run, under the radar. This feels like all of them, like something recognized from a dream.
Huh. And there's just nothing outside, it seems. An old-ass little motel. Janitor closet, of course. And then these ones are just normal rooms. But back over there, they have special symbols on the doors.
Hello? Anyone here?
Okay. Picture, bed. Nothing in there. Maybe second door has something for us? Nope. Still the same. Lucky door number 3. Played a weirdo jingle, so I'm assuming so. Yeah, there's the key. Key with a black pyramid.
Has a black pyramid on it.
Can't access any of the other doors. It's kind of interesting that the one opposing the upside down black pyramid is like a upright, seemingly, I would assume, white pyramid because it's blank on the inside. Wonder what that would all be about. And in here is a painting of me. Strange. now there's a pathway. Ah, it's so fucking cool. The hotline/seashell is a transmitter/bridge. Directors can call the board/long distance. Complete the astral plane challenge. Okay. The hotline will allow you to contact extra-dimensional entities. I don't like the big angry rocks. I am avoiding the big angry rock. Phone's still ringing. Well done, /dial director. You can contact us /past selves in the hotline /collectibles menu. We expect compulsive /weekly calls.
It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well.
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. But things change when you become director.
I have it. The hotline. I can reach Trench. Well, listen to him. He feels more like an echo. An echo with important info. I need to get back to Emily.
Headshot damage. Sweet. I'll take that. And yes, now I have access to the hotline, which has a bunch of more audio logs explaining things, which we'll probably listen to next time, because I think I'm ending stream soon here. Hotline, object of power 3-UE. Containment procedure. Object should be inaccessible for use, except to the director. Description /para utility. The object is a 1960s era red Bakelite phone. The rotary dial has been replaced with a black knob of unknown purpose. The phone weighs blank. The object allows the director to communicate with the board. If used by anyone other than the director, the object will cause lethal blank. See Dr. Darling presentation 11.6 for more information. The object is currently bound to Director Trench. The object spontaneously manifested in the director's office, placed on the desk. Director Northmore was the first known Bureau agent to use it. A battery of tests were run on the object, including blank and blank, but its origin remains unknown. And multimedia, we can just watch Darling's full presentation on the phone.
Ring, it's Dr. Darling calling. In 1978, a comms department intern heard the hotline ring and picked it up, going against every safety protocol in the manual. She never recovered. And the handful of witnesses required extensive memory repression therapy.
Oh.
It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well.
I was lurking with the stream on this head till
Our very
now.
own Ouija
Damn.
board. Only the director can answer it safely, and what he hears is kept classified.
And yeah, here you can hear more about different things. You are the director now. We expect independence/dependence. You are authority/chosen one. The bureau/game needs you. Clever. The Ocean View Motel. And yeah, you can hear these fully now.
A familiar friend to me. I stayed in countless motels like it while investigating AWEs across the country. Back in my field agent days. Those roadside motels.
I all tapped and I thought I was watching an ad, Lamau. Yeah.
Same and not the same. Anywhere and nowhere. The Ocean View operates on dream logic, and the light switch cord leaks out to be found in the most unexpected places, and sometimes successfully encouraged to appear and act as a convenient lock to keep out those not trained in dreamscape navigation. Even Bureau veterans can only find one key in the motel. The key that opens the door marked with the inverted black pyramid. The rest, the many other doors, are still mysteries to us. We're all merely guests there. Even the board. Sometimes I need to visit, just to breathe easier for a while. It beats the numb, sterile apartment I spend my nights in, insulated from everything but myself. I guess that's where the whiskey comes in.
Clearly a troubled person, it seems.
Something's coming. The whispers growing louder. The worst winter storm in Bureau history. Retribution for my sins. Our sins. This threat could destroy the Bureau. Everything I've built. Destroying me. A web spun, turning this place against me. I catch glimpses of it in the corner of my eye. It's just out of reach. Elusive. It's clever. A perverse game of hide and seek. Is this part of an attack? Obfuscating the facts. Dimming my eyes. It's hard to tell. I need answers. I haven't heard back from Darling. I fear for my friend, my closest ally. I think we made a terrible mistake all those years ago. That thing he studies is putting us all in danger. It's my duty as director to keep the Bureau safe. It'll be difficult. What's done can't be undone. There's no easy fix. Magical thinking is a requirement for survival. Pain and suffering are mandatory. To change things, you have to break yourself. I don't know if I have the strength. I'm old and weak. I'm afraid. I can see my hands trembling. I'm losing control.
Alright, I guess last two audio logs and we'll stop for today. I will say actually before we get into the next one, I think it's really interesting that he calls out Darling and specifically mentioning that he thinks they made a mistake with something that Darling is researching. And I'm really curious as to what that is. That sounds weird considering I've played this game before, but again, it was a long minute ago by now. I do not remember everything all that well. So there's bits and pieces that I'm still trying to like put together myself.
Needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. They have proven themselves. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. So I followed my own orders. Northmore hated my guts for that. But things change when you become director. You suddenly see this dark void for the horror show it truly is, filled with screaming fear we pretend to control. Sand leaks through my fingers. The roses I pruned in the garden back when I still had a family, all dead. Heat escapes my body. My thoughts are scattered. The universe keeps expanding. I can't keep up with it alone. When I forget that, things go wrong. And my team has to pick up the pieces. Damage control. To help me get out of my mess.
Okay, and now the last one for the hotline.
I can hear the hotline ringing in my dreams, constantly ringing. Ringing so loud I can't hear the voice I'm straining to understand. Why don't I pick up? It's a secure line of communication with the board. They would tell me what I need to know. Do I fear their answers? Would they have warned me of this threat? I didn't see it coming. A traitor in our midst. Conspiracy plotted right behind me. I can't trust anyone. I must assume all my intel has been manipulated. The hotline is the only channel I can trust. Bind it, control it. The rule and the ritual with objects of power. It can't be tampered with. The lifeline to the astral plane and the board. I must seek guidance. Soon. I'll rest first. I'm so tired. Always tired now. But I must reach the hotline. I think I'm under attack. An attack of dementia, exhaustion. It's a brain cloud making me forget. The hotline. I must reach the hotline.
I think it's really interesting. Obviously, as you would expect, control is a seemingly big part of this game, and like its kind of theming and ideas. And I think that's rather interesting to keep in mind at times. Oh, God, I'm very excited to continue this series. Honestly, I don't know about you guys. I'm having a lot of fun. I guess let me know if you guys enjoy me reading all the letters and stuff that I find. I know for some people it can be annoying to have gameplay be stopped so frequently just to have some random jackass read for a minute. But I just think that the lore and world building for this game is just really neat. So I personally think it's cool, but if you guys would rather just like go through the story more, we can just do that instead as well. But in the meantime, I think that will be all for today. Thank you so much for watching, thank you all so much for subscribing, and I hope you all have a good day. And I will see you all next time. Bye! You must want these waves to drag you away. After the song, time for a pause. This cliche is death of time. Breaking the first, the second, the third, the fourth wall, the fifth wall, floor, no floor, you fall. How do you say? Hurts to be happy. When your world is in tune, you can't stop humming in a dream. Baby, 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 yeah, just blast it. So safe and nothing to worry.